Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing well and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be testing out a full face of DANESSA MYRICKS. I've been really looking forward to this video because I'm still quite new to the brand. I've only tried a few things here and there, and those few things that I have tried have been treating me really well. So I'm very intrigued to see the outcome of today's look. So before we get into it, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It means so much to me, and let's get to it. So of course I'm going to start off with foundation, and I'm going to try out the Vision Cream Cover. It's a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I'm using the shade 4N. On the website here it says that this is a full coverage foundation with a natural finish. And a little bit about DANESSA MYRICKS herself. She is a self-taught makeup artist and she's also a photographer. So I'm going to leave the link to the About Her section in the description down below if you're curious to know a bit more. It's very interesting. So far this stuff, definitely full coverage. It also smells really nice. It's very distinct. I think this is a good color. It's a little bit warmer, but it's very flawless looking. Like once it's on, it just looks like my skin. I did leave it to dry a little long in this area here. My bad on that, but other than that, looks very nice. Definitely a thicker consistency, so you really have to work to blend it out. This is honestly really pretty, and you guys know I have a thing against like super full coverage foundations, but this one's really interesting because it's very full coverage obviously, but it still looks quite natural in a sense. I really like the finish, and when you look up close it doesn't look cakey at all. It's just very flattering. When I immediately put it on and looked at it up close, I was like, this could be like a foundation I would wear to a night out, like a bar night for some reason. I'm already planning my look for the bar next weekend. Let me know if you'd like to see like my hot girl summer makeup look for the bar, aka like hot girl summer, yes, but also like in a sweaty way too. Like heat proof for the bar for all that dancing. I think that could be fun. Honestly, this looks really nice. I don't know who I am for liking a full coverage foundation, but here I am. Look at this. It is kind of catching on this dry spot, but that's it. So now for concealer, I'm going to be using this one here. It's the Vision Cream Cover Perfecting and Shaping Wand. And it's in this kind of a packaging with a little brush. I gotta be honest, you guys, I kind of really like this type of packaging. I really like the little brush, how it feels and stuff. I know a lot of people feel some sort of way to these kinds of applicators. I'll push it out and then I'll talk. I'm getting kind of nervous. Please come out. Oh, there it goes. There we are. What color do I have? N03 in this here. As I was saying, I know a lot of people feel some sort of way about this kind of packaging, but honestly I feel like this would be easier to clean than a doe foot applicator. Like you could totally just clean the little brush and you're good to go if you are worried about hygiene. Definitely not great for a makeup artist kit, but for personal use, not a big deal whatsoever. And I'm just going to try blending that out with my sponge here. It's definitely a thicker concealer. Wow, I'm going to be flawless today. Fun change. Feel a little loopy today. I'm a bit tired. My parents went away for the weekend, so I took in the dogs, and I've also been taking care of Steve and Tino. So I've been taking care of 6 animals this weekend. I feel like a zookeeper. I do, I really do. So that's why I might be a little bit sleepy in today's vid, but that's okay. This concealer's got me. I was a bit worried initially when I put that concealer on. I thought it was going to look kind of cakey because of how thick it is. Honestly, it doesn't look cakey at all. I sadly don't have their powder, so I'm just going to use a bit of this one here, the Pat McGrath Blurring Under Eye Powder. So I'm going to leave it at that for powder for right now because I'm now going to be trying out the Balm Contour. I'm really excited to try this out. I have the shade Light 2, and it says here that it's an easy to use, blendable, and buildable contour balm to give your cheekbones a natural, effortless, yet impactful, lifted and sculpted appearance. So it sounds beautiful. I did just swatch it here, and it is a lot more pigmented than I thought for like a balmy product. So I'm really intrigued to see how this goes. It comes in a variety of shades. There's 8 shades available, and I'm going to use my Melt 777 brush, which they did bring this brush back. It's just in a different packaging. It has a different handle now. Yeah, it's very, very pigmented, so I'm just going to dab off on the back of my hand, and I'm going to start on my forehead. I don't know what I'm doing with this arm here. It's just cheering me on back here. I really like that. That looks really nice. It was very easy to blend too. I might like this formula even more than the Power Bronzer. Ooh. Just because it is a little bit more sheer. It's not as thick of a cream, if that makes sense. Like this Power Bronzer here feels a little bit more moussey in the pan. You can see it here, how it has that kind of whipped texture, whereas this feels a lot more like the Fenty Beauty cream bronzers, just a lot more pigmented. I really like this shade too. I feel like it suits my skin tone where it's at right now. I thought it was going to be a lot more cool toned given the name, but it's probably just the shade that I got. So there's the Balm Contour on. I'm very, very impressed this far. I think this looks stunning. I can't wait to see how this looks on one of the foundations I use on the daily and not on something so full coverage. Although I do love the way it looks today. I just know like this isn't going to be like my everyday, but still very, very beautiful. So now moving on to highlighter. There's 2 options. I believe there's 2. Let me double check that. There's quite a few more options, but these are the 2 that I have in my hands. I have the Illuminating Veil Liquid Highlighter. It's for the face and body. And I also have the Dew Wet Highlighting Facial Balm. But as time went on with this one, I have learned to kind of dislike it in a way. I think the first couple of times I didn't really reach the glitter that's in this here, but maybe like when they're poured, the glitter kind of settled or something. But now when I use this, I get really flaky, chunky glitters scattered across my face, which I really don't like. So I kind of learned to dislike this one, sadly. So I think I'm going to try this one out today. And I haven't tried this one previously before either. I have the shade Luna. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this one either. It's very, very glimmery, like an Edward Cullen vibe for sure. It's like Tinkerbell's Pixie Dust. This might be a little too much for my vibe, but I'm gonna go for it anyways. Yeah, very metal-like. Just gonna blend it out with my finger. Oh no, okay. Maybe not, maybe my finger's too warm because it's kind of picking up my foundation from underneath. You can see like a little bit of pink. I'm gonna resort to my Moda Glow Brush. So now that it's on, it's definitely the first product that I feel iffy on. I find that it was a little bit hard to apply as well. It's very texture enhancing and it is on the thicker side, so it was kind of harder to blend out. It kind of stayed in one place. It felt very balmy blending it out with my brush and it didn't really go on smoothly. It kind of stands off the face like compared to everywhere else. It's very, very artificial looking. Now to add some color back onto my cheeks, I'm going to try out this Vision Flush. I have the shade Bread and Butter, which is this nice kind of cooler toned pink, kind of more pink. It has a little bit more warmth than I remember. I actually picked up one of these for Jamie back when we bought each other a full face of makeup. And I was very curious about these, but I purchased one of these for her first because I wanted her to try them out before investing. I don't know. Wanted to see if she liked it, and she loves them, so I'm really excited to see how this performs on me. So I'm just gonna blend it out with this Quo foundation brush. Probably went in with a little bit much. It dries down a bit quicker than expected, so gotta work. What I really like about her brand is a lot of the products are multifunctional, which is really, really cool. So you can use these on the eye as well, on the lips, pretty much everywhere. That's a really nice color. It turned out a bit more warm than expected, but not mad at it at all. That applied very seamlessly without effort, honestly. No complaints there. I think that's a really cute color as well. Nice formula, blended out with ease, nothing to point out there. I'm also going to be using this as my lip color a little later on. So before I pop off to do my brows and prime my eyelids, I'll show off the few eye products that I have. So I have a bunch of the color fixes here. Like a ton. I have a variety of nude shades. She has this line of nude colors that I could not resist. They all looked so stunning, so I have a few of those shades, and I also got these really pretty cool tone shades, which I think I'm going to use today. I'm just going to take a whole new direction from the makeup that I've been doing lately. And then I also have the cushion eyeliners, and there's some really fun shades here. I have two neon ones and the black one. I might try to do something with this neon yellowy green. This one's really calling my name today. I might try it. We'll see. We'll see how things go. So I'm just going to do my brows off camera real quick, and I'll be right back. So my brows are on, my eyes are primed, and I also swatched the few color fixes that I have. So this one here is Chocolate, which is like a nice warm red shade. Then I have Exposed. This one's really nice. I thought I was going to use this one today, but I think I want to use this one. This shade is Trooper. It's like a nice gray mixed with taupe. There's a warmth to it. So I think this would be quite flattering for a cool tone. This one here is Quiet Storm. I love how blue-gray it is, really unique. Then we have Nude 6 right here, Nude 8, Nude 9, Nude 10, and Nude 12. I'll bend my hand like this so you don't get the glare. Those are all the shades that I have. I used Nude 8 in one of my recent videos in my everyday summer go-to look, so you can see how that performs in that one if you'd like. But I'm going to be using Quiet Storm today. And I already love these. They're really easy to work with. They wear a really long time. They're just all in all amazing. I'm first going to use this brush here. It's from Rare Beauty. It doesn't have a number on it, but it's just like their angled eyeshadow. I'm going to take that shade and I'm first going to apply it to my mobile lid, because this is where I want the most pigment to be. And then I'm going to switch over to a blending brush. This is from Smith. It's a 230. Well, this one's kind of drying quicker than the other ones I've used. Just gonna take a bit more product to feather into the crease. Gonna take a second layer on my mobile lid. And I'm gonna take a little bit on the lower to tie things in. So this color is a bit more difficult to work with than the other color fixes I've worked with in the past, but I think that's only due to like the depth of this tone. Like I feel like just because this is a lot deeper of a color, it was a bit more tricky to work with. But all in all, for this kind of a color, this is an incredible amount of payoff. I just find that this one you can kind of see like the patchiness a bit more in this one, you know, like especially on this eye here. I'm gonna try to build it up maybe one more time on that eye because I feel like it needs it. I hope that's better. But now I was going to see if this thing here would work as an actual eyeliner. This is the Waterproof Cushion Color in the shade Electric Sun. Oh, the puppies made it in here. They're gonna make a ruckus. I did swatch this a little earlier and I do find them to be quite sheer. And that's all I can get. Wow. Hi. I don't think that this would create a good eyeliner, especially on top of this dark color. I might have to conduct a few experiments with this by layering it on top of like white pencils or even the color fix in white. I might have to try that another day, but I'm thinking that it might look kind of cool in the inner corner here. I love these two colors together. I feel like they look really cool. So I'm just gonna dip my Smith 233 in here. This is literally just like a little highlighter. It's so funny. The actual fluid just is like a highlighter squirted right into here. Here we go. Yeah, very, very sheer. And resting my elbow on Maven's head currently. She's on my lap. Thank you, Maven, for the stability. You're a real one. Yeah, I kind of wish that these were more opaque, but for this kind of a look, I think it looks really interesting and neat. So I just quickly applied some mascara, and here are the eyes all finished. I really like how they turned out, honestly. I tried to build it up in the inner corner here, and when you add like a second or third layer, it kind of rehydrates the layer that was underneath of it, so it doesn't really build up nicely. Kind of like the initial layer is what you're gonna get. Nonetheless, I think this turned out really, really cool. I dig it. What do you guys think? A little bit rough around the edges, but overall pretty good. So before adding this Vision Flush to my lips, I'm just going to quickly line them with the Pat McGrath Buff Lip Liner. This is like a perfect match for the Vision Flush there. And now I'm just going to add a little bit in the center here, and then I'll dab it in. Oh, that feels nice on the lips. Very thin. That smells good too. It smells like the foundation. It's like a soft, florally baby powder scent. I dig it. I dig it a lot. So here is the finished final look. What do you guys think? I think a few things look a little bit weird. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of this lip with this eye look, but it's gonna have to do for today, obviously. I think all in all, everything looks pretty great. I do really love how the base turned out today, and I do like the concept of the eyes. I think next time if I were to do this eye look again, I'd be a little bit more cautious with the darker color fix. I should have known that going into it, that it would be a little bit more tricky to use, because that's just how darker tones usually go. But now I wanted to go into the products and give you like my favorites of today, the things I'm iffy about, and the things I would pass on. So first, starting off with the things that excite me the most. So of course, this foundation, I was actually very pleasantly surprised by it today. I think it looks phenomenal, especially for a very full coverage foundation. Usually I am not the biggest fan because I always find them to be a bit texture enhancing, but I think because this one has a more natural finish, it has that glow running through it, so it's a bit more forgiving and flattering. It feels like it's going to wear really nicely. I'm going to have to try this a couple more times before fully recommending it, but from what I'm seeing right now, this looks very, very beautiful. Same goes for the concealer. I think it's very flattering. I was worried about its thicker texture under the eye, but honestly, it still looks quite good. I do see that it's a little bit texture enhancing, like a little bit into the fine lines, but it's not creasing or settling in there. It's just a bit drier looking, but that could be because of the powder I layered on top of it. Who knows? I'd like to see this a couple more times, but right now it looks really, really nice for a super full coverage concealer. I think this one here is my favorite product I tried out today. This is the Balm Contour. Very impressed by this. I'm excited to see how this goes in my more everyday routine. Very excited to see how that performs, but it looks beautiful today. It has not budged. It also does not feel sticky or tacky on the skin at all. It just feels nice and nice. It blended out with ease. I had no issues whatsoever. Even when I did apply a bit too much product, it did an incredible job at diffusing. Of course, I do really adore the color fixes. I still would recommend them, although I did have a little bit of issues today. I think next time I go in with one of the darker tones, I'll just be a little bit more cautious. But honestly, aside from the few problems I had today, I still feel like this is an incredible result for a cream eyeshadow. Plus, she has something for everyone in these. I forgot to mention, she also carries a variety of textures in them as well, not just the mattes. I only have mattes in front of me, but they also offer foils, metallics, these glazes, neon shades, so many finishes, so many colors. There's a color or finish for anyone out there. It's incredible. And the next product that I was really impressed by today is the Vision Flush. Although I'm not a super fan of it on my lips, I do find that it looks a little cracky on my lips. I loved it on the cheeks. Like for blush, amazing. I think it's very, very cute, and it was really, really easy to blend out on the cheeks. It does feel really nice on the lips. It feels very lightweight, like it doesn't feel like I have anything on there. I just don't really like how it looks texture enhancing in the little fine lines of my lips. But besides that, beautiful color, beautiful formulation. So the only product I feel iffy on are the cushion waterproof liners. Of course, I only used the one shade today, but I did swatch the other two and they both had that sheerness. I'm going to have to do more research on how to use these properly. On the website, it does say to use like a angled liner brush or a fluffy brush, kind of like I did today, but still I would like to see how I could get the most out of these because I really want them to work. I feel like these are really cool and the colors are so unique. I'm gonna fight for it for these. I'm gonna fight for it and I'll let you know in a later video. And the last two products that I would pass on are the highlighters. I just did not like either one of them for the reasons I stated earlier, just very glittery. I find this one kind of settled into my skin a bit nicer as time went on, but I still am just not really a fan. Personally, I don't really see myself using them. But for the most part, I feel like this video was a success. I have a lot of favorites coming out of this video and I'm excited to try them out more this month. But with that being said, that is all for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you did, please give this video a like. It would help me out so very much. I'll make sure to link all of these products in the description down below as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.